Mr. Frank Hawley was an only child growing up in Roanoke Rapids in North Carolina. Without any brothers or sisters to influence him, he decided from a young age that he could either become extremely independent or dependent. After more than 6 decades of professional experience, climbing the ranks to become a prosperous investment banker and financial executive, it's safe to say that Mr. Hawley made the right decision in choosing to be independent. After earning a Bachelor of Science in Physics from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in 1949 and a Master of Business Administration from Harvard Graduate School of Business Administration in 1955, Mr. Hawley was equipped to launch his career. He began as a research analyst with Easton & Howard Incorporated in Boston, a role he held from 1955 to 1959 before delving into investment banking on Wall Street. He was a banking associate at Lazard Frères in New York from 1959 to 1964 and subsequently served as a portfolio manager at Stein, Rowe & Farnham from 1964 to 1969. Mr. Hawley became very interested in this particular business field, and after serving as vice president of Laidlaw Coggeshall Incorporated from 1969 to 1974, he began his venture capital career in 1974 as a general partner of Forest Management Company, where he managed both a venture capital and buyout fund until 1982, the year he founded Saugatuck Capital in Connecticut. Since then, he has been the company's managing partner and senior advisor. Major attributors throughout Mr. Hawley's rewarding and successful career include Lazard Frères, who served as a great mentor and extremely knowledgeable employer, and Andre Meyer, the senior managing partner at Lazard Frères' New York company. Mr. Hawley said Meyer inspired him because he bought companies and built them for capital gain. Another early role model at Lazard Frères was Andre Moreau, a managing partner who Mr. Hawley considered to be an investment genius who steered his young self in the direction he went. Mr. Hawley was previously the chairman of Floor and Decor Outlets of America Incorporated in Georgia and previously served as director of Waterloo Restaurant Ventures and the Tharp Robbins Company. He was also on the board of visitors at his alma mater, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, from 1990 to 1994, vice president and treasurer of the New Canaan YMCA from 1981 to 1985, and a trustee within Keenan Institute Private Enterprise and Shakura Chapel Association. In between the acquisition of his degrees, Mr. Hawley served as a lieutenant junior grade in the U.S. Navy during the Korean War from 1950 to 1953. Starting his own firm remains the highlight of Mr. Hawley's career. One of his neighbors and good friends, Bill Grant, was president of Smith Barney & Company and helped raise $28 million for Mr. Hawley's first venture capital fund and solidified the foundation of his firm in the process. He would never have been able to do that if it weren't for the aid of his friend and Smith Barney. One of his 5 sons, Stuart Hawley, runs the very successful company now. Mr. Hawley's crowning achievement as a professional was while at Board, Floor and Decor Outlets of America Incorporated. It was a store and a half in Atlanta, and the company was selling flooring for houses. It was basically going up against the big building products chain, and it was selling all the products for the houses. They bought the company, expanded it, and completed it. The big building products did their best to run them out of business because they were trying to steal all of the businesses from them, with $500 to $600 million in sales. It was a battle, but Mr. Hawley and his business ultimately won and later sold it. It's now a public company. Mr. Hawley has maintained affiliation with several organizations and clubs throughout his career, including the Lynx Club, Harvard Club, New Canaan Country Club, Mill Reef Club, Bald Peak Club, and Phi Beta Kappa. In his free time, he enjoys playing tennis, fly fishing, and hunting. With his late wife, Alethea Wood, Mr. Hawley has 5 sons and 9 grandchildren and leaves behind a legacy of smart business decisions, hard work, determination, and being incredibly successful in his chosen field. To future generations, he imparts the advice to base your career on what you are passionate about, what you like to do as opposed to doing something for the money.